Oh no, we got one swimming under the boat. He's hooked up. There's no telling what he's around. I'm gonna have to, I don't know if he's around an anchor or just rubbing on the boat. Let me see here. Might have to do a little walk. All right, he's not around the anchor. I can tell. That's good. Go around this. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. He's somewhere back here. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see what we got now. As this is one of the things when you're dealing with casting toward the bank. There's a blue cat. There we go. We'll take him. Casting up toward the bank. A lot of times when these fish hit, they're going to go to deep water, and that's what this one did. Luckily, I looked up and seen it. That's all right. First world problems, baby. Beautiful blue catfish right here at sunrise. Heck yeah. We'll take that all day long. Get him back alive. There you go. Well, there's fish number one in the boat. I am anchored up out on a point. I have been running guide trips out here all week. We've had a lot of perch around this point, some pretty decent schools of them. And there's some structure here, some underwater rock piles. I decided to come anchor up here, see if I can get into a flathead. If not, some blues. Blues will be feeding in here too. We haven't been on fire with flatheads this spring yet, so we got one good one, probably going to be the big fish of the year, around 48 pounds on the trip. That's probably going to be our big fish on the guide trip. That's right up there in the upper echelon of what we get in this reservoir. But see if I can find some up here. Running trips all week out here, and also just trying out some of these reels that I got. We'll talk about more about that here in a minute, but I've got a mix of cut perch. I had some white perch that one of the clients caught out here, so we're using that for bait. I got a couple rods out with some shrimp on just to see what's out here. I think that's where the blue cat came on, a piece of shrimp out here. So something that will definitely catch some fish no matter where you're at in the country. We've had some big fish on it. It's not necessarily small bait. I think here it's probably gonna land more smaller fish than bigger fish, but we got some big perch heads. I think this rod right here has a live bait on it, and then we got some body sections scattered around the boat. Probably gonna give it half hour, 45 minutes. Watch a beautiful sunrise coming up here on the water, and yeah, see if we can get some. If this doesn't work here, probably gonna hop around. So let's see if we can get another one. There he goes, guys. There he goes right there. That's one of the bigger baits we had out. That's one of the bigger ones. And this is on the reel I wanted to really try. This is the PC Fun Fishing for Fun reel. I'll tell you more about it in a minute, but I'm hooked up. Sun's still coming up over the tops of trees. It's a beautiful day, man. Beautiful day to be fishing. I'm on a point. This one came off a deeper end of the point where it kind of rolls off. I got baits up shallow in 7-8 feet of water, and I've got them out deep. So we'll see who we got here. I'm gonna try working it around to this side of the boat. Keep it away from the anchor. Let's get around my multi-bar rod holder. There we go. There we go. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Working them up here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get the old net in position here. Oh, you heard that. Always get your net wet beforehand. It just helps with the slime coat on the fish. Easing him up here. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry. Oh, smooth drag. Smooth drag on this reel. Oh, that's what we're looking for. That is what we're looking for right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Flatty in the boat, baby. Oh, it's the flathead. Yes, sir. Ooh, nothing like a flathead on a beautiful morning. Heck, yes, sir. Look at that. Good hook placement. He is ready to rock and roll. There's old bait set up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this bait right back in the water. Get this over there around my stuff. We'll get a look at this fish here. Just a second. Let me get this back in the water. I'll tell you about this combo I'm fishing here. Okay. As you can see, there'll be some line coming off this reel. Pretty good bit. Tells you that you're in deeper water. You can do some tests to see what the fall rate is. We'll talk about that in another video. Let's look at this flathead. There he is. He ain't no giant, but we love catching flatheads. I don't care what size they are. Anytime I can catch a flathead catfish, I'm happy. And that's a good one right there. Pretty fish. I love the coloration on these things. You never know what color pattern you're going to get with them. A lot of it depends on where they're at, what's around them. Look at that. Beautiful specimen. Yes, sir. Simmer, baby, you going back? You know the deal. That right there, that mouth. It's unreal. That is unreal. They are eating the machine. We got a lot bigger ones in here. That's the good thing. So, nice fish. Let's get him back alive. All right, folks, I'll give you a rundown real quick on the tackle so you know what we're dealing with here. Every rod and reel combo is Catfish Pro stuff today. I've used the spinning reels before. You've seen those. Still playing around with the bait feeder on that, seeing how I like to use it. But the big thing is these fishing for fun bait casting reels and the rods. It's probably the most affordable catfish specific combo out there, but you can use it for other stuff. Medium heavy rod, 7'6", and these reels. I think these combos are low $100, $120 range, somewhere in there. Check the website, catfishpro.com, to see exactly what the price is when you see this video. Now, I did spruce this one up a little bit. It does not come with a power handle. I added the power handle. It's only 20 bucks. Again, a Catfish Pro power handle. And it comes with a line on it. I took the line off. I'm an Andy fan. It comes with line that'll work fine if you're just wanting to try it out. But I put some blue Andy 20-pound monofilament on here. Why blue? Well, I think it looks really cool with the orange. To be perfectly honest, I did it with the spinning reels when I first started testing those things out. But yeah, these things are very affordable. It's a good way to get into a round reel if you want to try them out. So a little spread of their stuff, and you know, the hooks are circle hooks. Everything's a Santee rig. I did take the drift weights off today and just put on some little 1-ounce sinkers. So just trying to cut down on the flap. The drift weights like these work. These are just some flexible drift weights, but they're kind of flappy going through the air when you cast them. So I just put some little small weights on there, and that's how I'm keeping them on the bottom. Like I said, we've got some shrimp on 2 of the rods, just kind of to pick off some fish. And then we got like that big head section. We've got a live bait over here, and we've got some body chunks in some other places. So 2 fish, it's not bad. Sun's, like I said, just getting up above the trees. I'm gonna give it a little while, try to be patient, and see if we can pick off another one. Guys, I think I got a fish that is swimming off with a bait. Oh yeah, he is. Heading to the river channel. I made a little move with where I was set up at, and didn't get any bites for about 30 minutes. Got impatient and repositioned not far from where I was at, still basically in the same area. And this one came off the, I'm on a point again. It's just this one is, this is why I love these multi-bar rod racks. Oh, coming around that stuff so easy. I love having access at the back of my boat to do stuff. So this one came off a deeper side here. Went to the river channel, another eater sized fish. Boom. Just did not fold the rod over, just kind of quietly took that bait. Simmer. This one on the old piece of shrimp again. So I think, yeah, this is one blue cat, got a little mud, good eater sized fish. If you're eating fish, this would be a good one. Good fish, but that one gets to go back alive. You know, yeah, fishing points like I'm doing this morning is a good way to catch fish, whether you're fishing from a boat or from the bank or a kayak or whatever. Why points? What is it about points that helps you catch fish? Well, one, if you're in a boat, it's easier to anchor a boat because it gets shallower. But that's not the real reason the fish are there. These fish will come into these areas, one, because of, in a lot of places, structure. Generally speaking, a point is a harder surface, usually. All things being equal, most of them are a harder surface. And there can be rocks and other structure that is on this. They're not as prone to sediment, and that can create places where fish can hide and stage up at. The other thing is, as it creates those places for fish to do that, let me say this, there's also a place where they catch debris a lot of times, especially if you've got a place that's got some current. So you can end up with logs and limbs and that kind of stuff there because it is shallower. It can be a catch point for stuff. But the other thing is, it gives fish an ambush point. Let's say you're surrounded by 60 feet of water and your bait's holding up in 10 to 15 feet. Well, when that bait's moving through, it's harder for the, predator fish to ambush those fish. You get up on a point, if those fish are getting pushed across a point by the wind, or, they're following plankton that is getting pushed across the point, it gives those predator fish a place to stage up on the bottom. Most predator fish feed up from the bottom, and it gives them a place to stage up there and attack stuff as it gets pushed into shallower water. So that's kind of what happens there. And you'll see this with all levels and stages of predator fish. You'll see stripers, white bass, white perch push up on the points to attack these bait schools as they get pushed up there. So that's kind of the strategy behind it. It's not a surefire hit all the time. There are times of the day when generally it's better, usually early light. Early in the day, low light conditions seem to help. So that's why we do this. That's why we do this kind of hole hopping on these points. There's main points, which are basically where, on lakes at least, where a creek dumps into the main part of the lake. Those are like main lake points. And then you'll hear people say secondary points, which can be stuff up in these creek arms. So, there's not all are created equal. If you've got really, you have some gently sloping points, which can be good. But generally, if you've got some of the steeper points that have deep water access where fish can escape to, like that last fish, that's where he was heading, to the river channel, which isn't far from here. That can maybe be a better point. So they're not all created equal. You have to play around with them. You'll get a good idea wherever you're fishing at. You'll see them fished. You'll see them fished by, bass fishermen. If you're in an area with skipjack, people fishing for skipjack will be there. Striper fishermen. I mean, they'll get hit. So they're not all equal. They're not all good continuously. So, but that gives you kind of a general idea why points work and what the magic is behind them, and why so often you'll hear fishermen say, oh, you got to work the points, main lake points, secondary points. That's kind of the strategy and the thinking behind it. All right, I'm gonna show you all a cool little trick with the spinning rods you can't do with any other ones. I got a Santee rig here, piece of chicken on it, a little float. We are trolling through here now, and what I'm gonna do, cast my line out, get it in the water. I actually got a fish going on this one. We'll deal with that in a second. I'll put my planer board on. Now what you have to do when you put a planer board on is let it basically feed out. And with a bait caster, you leave it out of gear. That can lead to a bird nest if a fish runs with it. I'll show you a trick with these Catfish Pro reels here. You get it out, at this point the boat's moving, I need the line to go out, I'll knock it in gear at some point. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the bail on this thing, okay? Boom, like that, and you're going, well, hey, no more lines going out. What you do is you use this bait feeder back here, and you set this, and it will allow line to come off the reel. And if I all of a sudden have to reel in a fish, all I got to do is grab that or flip this back. It's different than the drag. The drag is up here. See how it's taking line off very slowly now as it's going out? And you can adjust how much tension is on it. If you're anchored up and you like fish to run with a bait, you can use it that way too. It's similar to a clicker. It's got a little bit of a clicking noise to it. So pretty good little feature. I'll let some line run out on that one. And then I'm gonna go deal with this fish right here. Oh yeah, hooked up, hooked up. We made a long pull across there. Oh, that one popped off. Oh, he popped off. That breaks my heart. We made a long pull. We got on the other side of some humps here, and I finally got bit. Funny, the two inside rods are on chicken. I'm sorry. Sorry to the surf and turf crowd there. They're on shrimp, and I think this one may have gotten hit too. So I had those straight out the back, mainly because shrimp will get plucked off of the rod pretty, or off the hook pretty easy. So I'll put those out. And again, you pay out line when you're, as a matter of fact, look at that, it's still spinning right there. Now what I'll do is, this is the one I just put out on the planer board. My board's out far enough. All I gotta do, boom, it's in gear, it's ready to load up. I can do the same thing when I'm feeding out line drifting. I can flip this and you just loosen it up enough and that line will come off of there. There we go. Good little deal, folks. All right, I'm sitting here looking at this rod. It hadn't really moved, but the line's gone in one direction. That feels like a fish. That was a subtle non-committal bite, if you ask me. It was, I think it's a fish. Yeah, I don't know if it's a catfish or a bass. What have I got? Is it a little bitty flathead? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That one makes me laugh. That's a flathead. Oh, we came flathead fishing today. I went to trolling to try to catch some fish, and I got one. That's a little bitty flathead. Look at that thing. Look at that. Hey, listen, he counts. He counts. He goes on the clicker, but look at that. That shows the juveniles are here. Man, hit a piece of chicken, of all things. The two or the four center rods have chicken on them. So flatheads eat chicken, albeit you ain't gonna win a tournament with that. They eat chicken. Let's get him back alive. There goes a good bite right there, guys. There right there is a good looking bite on that rod. Hooked up, hooked up, hooked up. Little bite of chicken. Little bite of chicken. Heck yeah. That is just the rod I just put back out too, I believe. Let's see what we got here. Wind's starting to gust up a little more than I thought it was going to today. Oh, check out the drag on the old Catfish Pro spinning reel. Yes, sir. Got that planer board out. I was using a bait feeder to send it out. Knock it into gear, boom, it's fishing. That's a heavier fish. Got him turned at the boat now, and can feel him more. I am running 20-pound Andy monofilament. If you're watching a lot of my videos, you'll see the high vis yellow. That's 30 pound. I decided to put that on these reels just for the heck of it. Ooh, there you go, there you go. There you go. Pull, big boy, pull. I like it. I like it. Ooh, seen a tail at the top of the water and a good pull. I like the one thing I will say about spinning reels is, and spinning combos, is the way you can get a lot of leverage on a fish like this. It's a relaxing way to use the rod to bring a fish in. A little less fatiguing. There we go, big boy. Stay button, stay button. I don't know which side he wants to go to. Looks like he wants to go to that side. Again, a reason I love my multi-bar rod holders right there. You can come around that rod holder very easily. Get to a fish. This will be a nettable fish. Again, get your net wet before you net a fish. Better for the slime coat. There he goes. Good fish. Looks like a teener. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. In the net. Got him. Boom. Here's a good place for a bait feeder. Watch this. You flip that and give yourself some slack. Get the fish in the boat. There's little advantages to those things. I like it. Get him up here. Come on, big boy. Or big girl, probably. Heck yeah. That is going to be 15-pound fish, 14-pound fish, somewhere in there. Yep. Get the old hook out there. Chicken fish. Roll out. There we go. There we go. Get this out of the way. Tidy up the mess. We'll get you a look at him here. Good blue cat, fat blue cat, eating blue cat. Simmer, simmer. Getting them some food, doing some eating, grinding them bones. Heck yeah, good looking fish. Good looking fish, good belly on it. We like them. Let's get him back alive. Say bye-bye. Man, there you go, a flathead. A little juvenile flathead. That's cool though. Hit chicken though. That's interesting. But we've caught big flatheads on chicken before, so it's not the preferred bait. It's not what I was using this morning, anchored up to try to catch them when I was targeting them, but they'll eat it. So yeah, went to the drift bite here, trolling really. We're not drifting, I'm actually trolling into the wind. The anchor bite kind of died off there, and I think it's kind of typical in spring. You'll have some of these fish that'll pull up shallow. They'll feed for a while, you know, before the sun gets up, right when sun comes up, and they pull back deeper. So got a nice flathead there, nice juvie, good to see them, and let's see if we can stick another one. Guys, the outside planer with the bigger bait, the perch head, just folded over. This is one of the bigger baits we had out. This is on one of the fishing for fun reels I wanted to put to the test. This looks like a pretty good bite. Don't know how big this fish is, but kind of wanted to just see what this old reel would do here. As I was saying, a very inexpensive reel. You're not going to spend a fortune getting one of these things. So I'll put you some links where you can check this out. But wanted to see it on something that maybe would pull on it a little bit. Again, this one also has 20-pound Andy monofilament on it. These things come with line on them. I'm just partial to Andy. I went with it. So, and this one, unlike the last two, is actually on a piece of cut bait, a larger piece of cut bait. So we'll see what we got now. Outside planer, trolling through here, trying to get out of here before the boat traffic gets bad. It's a weekend Sunday. It's gonna get bad later. Get this board off of here. There we go. Keeping the pressure on them. You can let the board go and go down the line, but I like to get the board out of the way. Now let's see if this is around that other planer board. I can't tell. Maybe, nope, over the top. Good, good, good. Boom, get that out of the way. Oh, is he into that planer board line? He is. This ain't good, guys. This ain't good. Now I'm pulling the board and the fish, which is never a good combination. I thought it cleared it. Here, I'm feeling stuff pulling. It's a good way to lose a fish. Might have come off of it. That might have been what I felt. So I'm get him up here to the boat and play him on this side. Let's see where he plays at. My strategy is anywhere but around the motor. I don't like messing with fish around the motor unless that's just where they happen to surface. Oh, it's a good fish, good fish, good fish. He's wrapped. So we got that going for us for now. Oh, he's feisty. That fish is fired up. I have to bring him back up, tighten the drag a little bit. Oh, got it pretty loose. That's only about 6 pounds of drag I got on that thing. Ease him up here to the top. He knows there's a boat here now and he's unwrapped, so he will go nuts. Smooth drag on this baby. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, boom. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Thank you, Lord. That's a good one. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. That's a piggy. That's the one we're looking for. Big old hook. It's one of the big Catfish Pro hooks there, one of their 10-aughts. Had that bigger perch head on it. Roll it out. Come on. Ugh. There we go. A little bigger bait. Heck yeah. Boats are rocking. I had an old ski boat go by. Bigger bait, bigger hook again. That's one of those 10-aught Catfish Pro hooks. Circle hook, kind of like, wide gap on them. There, it's a good looking fish. He'll be into the 20s. We will take that all day long and twice on Sunday. Open up, guy. Open up. Boom. Woohoo! Good fish. Semi. Good blue cat. Heck yeah, look at that. That's a good one. That's a happy fish. And I'm a happy fisherman. Living right, living right. Let's get this bad boy back. Got a couple pictures. Good looking fish. Good looking blue cat. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, back alive. Yeah, just to be clear, the 4 center rods, all spinning rods, had chicken out on them. And the outside 2 with the fishing for fun bait casting reels had some larger baits on them. You can tell by the float on them, they were the bigger perch heads. And that's what that fish came on. That's our first really big fish we've had today, so that's awesome. Relatively close to the bank, not necessarily shallow, just close to the bank. It's kind of a steep bank here, rolls off deeply. And I think some of those fish are pulled up eating crappie, if you want to know the truth, or crappie if you're from North Carolina. I think that's what's going on. That's my theory anyway. But yeah, those are, you know, the outside ones, and poof, got a good fish. You know, I like running a mix of baits. I like having a variety out, but it's hard not to put the chicken out, because we get some trips where it's like 90% of the fish are coming on chicken. So it's hard not to have it. And it depends what they're feeding on, what they're doing. I mean, we caught a flathead on chicken. Come on, that's crazy. So it's a better bite drifting. We put a bunch of fish in a boat, dragging bait. So, and that's the way it can go, especially as these fish pull off the points and stuff. So it's working good. Reel performed good on that fish. That was the first one I think that's the first decent fish I put on there. I don't think I fished those reels of mine. It seems like I had one that was about 32 pounds on the spinning reels. Did fine. I'll be honest with you guys, the reels, while they're not expensive, are gonna catch about any fish out there. As long as you're using these things within the limits of what they're designed for, the type of line you're supposed to put on there, these reels will catch any catfish you hook into. So good day of fishing. let's see if we got one more in us. This will be for the last big one. Well, bam, there's another one on the Fishing for Fun reel, the outside reel, or the outside line, outside planer board, again, on a piece of cut bait. So, two good fish. Maybe there's something to that. Maybe they're, you know, maybe they like cut bait better. Who knows? But we've caught a pretty good number of fish on chicken too. So it's a good day of catching. This got good, really good right here toward the end, and happy with that fish. Again, proof this tackle, these reels, this gear will catch the fish. You don't have to overload yourself with a bunch of super duper heavyweight stuff. Especially for lake fishing, you know, slower rivers. You get into some heavy current, it is a different animal there. You may want to play it different, but this stuff performs and works well. As far as baits go this time of the year, as you can see today, a lot of stuff worked. We caught some of the, I think the first anchored up fish on a piece of shrimp. We got some on chicken, and we've got some on the cut bait. So it's all working. I think it's just a matter of what's working exactly where you're fishing and where you're fishing at. So great day to be out on the water.